The walls around Israel are growing as the country is now building a security barrier on its border with Syria. That's right after constructing a fence between itself and Egypt. Israel says it wants to safeguard its citizens from the fallout from the ongoing deadly Syrian conflict. Let's now talk to Jamal Juma from the Stop the Wall movement, which is seeking to unite communities affected by Israel's barriers. I believe we have a slight delay with our communication here, so we'll do our best here. Now, Israel is citing the conflict in Syria and the rise of Islamist extremism there as its reasons. Surely Israel does have valid concern in this case, doesn't it?
What I think that Israel has to recalculate what they are doing in the Middle East. Israel dealing with the Middle East as a dominating power, and they try all the time to build walls around themselves, claiming that the people is hating them and they are targeting them. Israel has been harmed the whole region and the area around Israel. They are building the wall around the Palestinian areas. They claim that it's for security, but at its end that one of the worst apartheid systems and ghettos around the Palestinian people that locked Palestinians in 40% of their land. They build wall around Gaza and they turn Gaza into a jail, the biggest prison in the world. And we know how they devastate the situation in Gaza. They are still occupying Syria and they are building now a wall on the occupied land. So they want to keep this land and to keep themselves as occupiers. It's not the solution that you keep building walls. You need to do peace with the region. You have to retain back the right to the people. In Syria and in the Arab world around here, there is 6 million Palestinian refugees that Israel is responsible over their catastrophe. They have to solve the problem of the refugees. They have to give them the right to get back to their homeland that has been taken from them. Israel can't build its future on the expense of the people of the region, and at the end building walls to protect themselves. Walls is not going to protect the Israelis. Peoples have rights, and they will keep claiming their rights.
Now, Israel's most visible wall is its barrier separating Israel from the Palestinians, while it's also, of course, building settlements in the area. How do you see that situation developing? Do you think there could be any compromise over this very contentious issue?
You see how they are escalating even building the settlements in the West Bank, and they're building it in a way that to control the Palestinian people, in order to sustain and to reinforce the blocks of the settlements that they want to annex to Israel by the wall. And this is going to destroy the possibility for the Palestinians in the future to have their state, to have their own normal life. They locked the Palestinians into ghettos and reservations after they slices their areas and they disconnected from each other. They are building a road system that it's an apartheid in its soul, because it's like two networks of road separating each other, separating them by tunnels and bridges, and they are controlling this. They are controlling the Palestinians within the wall with 34 checkpoints, or what they called it, terminals. So all this colonial project is just going to devastate the area. Palestinians not going to stay long, just like waiting for peace while Israel is taking and swallowing their land. It's going to explode the situation, and Israel is leading it and pushing it for the explosion. We witnessing the settlers is attacking the Palestinians every day in many villages. There's north of the Jordan Valley is evacuated now by the Israelis. There is a severe attack on the people on the south of Hebron. Settlers is attacking the people in the middle areas. So they are launching war on the Palestinian people, and they want the walls at the end to bring peace to them. Stealing the people's land, locking them in jails, devastating their life is not going to bring peace in any way. Israel must realize that the area is changing, and they must understand this change that needs for them to reconcile with the people.
You have a very...
End their Zionist colonial project.
You
Deal with the
clearly have
people eye to eye,
a
and
strong message.
Don't consider yourself as part of Europe, where you want to isolate yourself and lock yourself within the walls from the region. You can't do that.
Let me just ask you briefly and finally, you clearly have a strong message. You're from the Stop the Wall movement. Do you really think that your group will have a successful outcome and an impact and we'll see these walls come down eventually? Or will they be there to stay?
No, I believe that the walls around the world, like all the walls that has been built for suffocating the people and for oppress the people and colonialism, it has been fall down. Why the Israeli wall will stay? It's a wall of oppression. It's a wall of segregation. It's a wall of stealing the land of the people. That's why this wall won't survive. The people will keep standing and keep resisting this wall, and it will fall. Israel, by this wall, creating an apartheid system. The apartheid system has been failed in the 20th century by falling the South African apartheid regime. Why the system that Israel is creating is going to survive? We are struggling for human rights, for our self-determination, for our freedom, for ending this oppression that Israel continue and insisting by building these constructions by the wall or the settlements to keep their colonialism, to keep their oppression on the Palestinian people and controlling over the Palestinian people. We are not going to surrender for this. We are not going to accept the slavery system that they are proposing on us.
Jamal Juma from the Stop the Wall movement, thank you very much indeed for joining us live here on RT, and apologies for the very difficult delay we experienced during our conversation there. Thanks for bearing with us. Thank you.